When I get Rick going live,
Look
I
at
like to look at some
baseball card.
baseball cards. Hey, Rick,
Hey, man. Hey,
welcome,
John.
welcome to my channel. It's so awesome to have you live.
Yeah, man. It's awesome.
So you got a very special new card. Did you want to show it to everyone? It's a
Yeah. Do you want
beauty.
to wait to see more people in the chat, though, or should I show it now? I guess I can show it twice, right?
We got NY Yanks fan 7.
Oh,
That's all
that's
you
the
need.
most important guy.
Do
Okay,
you have
then.
any comic books?
I used to read comic books. 10 cents. I'd see them in the stand at the local market. I was
Yeah.
more of a mine was Kid Outlaw. I don't know if anyone remembers Kid Outlaw. I like the Western ones, and of course Richie Rich or you remember Richie Rich
Yeah, I remember him.
or Mr. Magoo. I think he had some too. The guy couldn't see anything, Mr. Magoo, and
Yeah, so my dad, that's his nickname. They gave him that nickname. He was a good pool shooter, but he had a hard time seeing, like
okay, yeah,
long shots, and so they nicknamed him Magoo because
Magoo. I
yeah,
used to love that. So just reading. I have old comic books, but nothing. Just they're all torn up. Just like we used to collect. The covers off it or this that. We never really protected them back then.
yeah. You know what? I never really collected comic books.
Yeah.
I was always into sports. I mean, I never even saw any of the Star Wars. Like that was a big thing. I never watched ET
Yeah.
growing up. I
Yeah.
was mostly into sports, but I have noticed that a lot of baseball card collectors, sports card collectors, do collect comic books.
Yeah. Yeah. They're. I mean, collectors. They collect probably everything.
Yeah, the collector's mind, right?
Yeah.
You have to be a collector to get it. Like my wife doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Now, did you collect anything else ever, like coins or stamps or anything else?
No, just baseball cards. Just baseball cards.
Yeah,
My
it's
dad would.
nice.
My dad would do coins. But yeah, just baseball cards.
Now you have a few, and you show mostly baseball on your channel, but you do have a few other sports, right? What else do you collect?
Um, I have basketball. I collect basketball, not sets, but more Hall of Famers, rookie cards. Football, same thing, mostly 49ers, rookie cards. I have the Elways and the Montanas and the Starbucks and like that, but not a big collection. Not a big collection because when I was a kid, it was mainly baseball cards. I mean, that's what I would see, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention during the winter time for football cards, or they were just more scarce. But I would always see baseball cards, not football cards. Definitely not hockey. In California, I never saw hockey cards, and of course, basketball was kind of hit or miss because they were only, they stopped making them for whatever 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
They got back in. So it was if I saw my mom was a big garage sale. She loved going to garage sales. So she would bring these oddball, I call them oddball, but like some hockey cards or some football cards. And I go, wow, look at you know, the uh, the mascot or the logos. These are cool. But I just mostly baseball cards.
Yeah, I mean, I would buy. I was just a card fan, so if I found packs of basketball or hockey, I'd buy them. I
Yeah, yeah.
remember my first pack of hockey. I didn't know any player, really. I just collect the Penguins. I knew like Rick Kehoe. That was about it back in the day.
When
Of
did
course,
you
the Penguins were terrible.
when did you start collecting like football? What year would that roughly been if you start collecting football cards?
Yeah, so my good friend of mine across the street, he had a guy that moved in with his mom, and he had another son who was older than us. And at one time, he gave my friend all his football cards. And I had some football cards growing up, probably starting in like, I don't know how I got them, but I
Sure.
had them from like 72. I had some from them, and it may have been from him. So he had cards from 1970, 71, 72. So like I remember seeing the O.J. Simpson rookie card, which at the
Okay.
time I didn't know it was a rookie card. They didn't call it
Sure.
that, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember specifically seeing that one because what was fascinating to me when I was a little kid is you remember as we got into the 70s, we had the afros and the long hair and everything. So when I saw the early OJ cards, the 70 and 71, he was like shaven.
Okay.
And it always fascinated me to see the guys I was watching now when they were young. They look
Yeah.
so young at the time and they look so different. And so
Yeah.
those cards kind of stuck out to me. Same with Terry Bradshaw. By the time I was watching him, he was bald, but in his earlier cards he wasn't. That kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that was my first taste of football cards.
Okay.
And when I was little, I didn't even realize the Saints had a very similar uniform to the Steelers. And I'd
Sure.
separate all the Steelers, and I had some Saints in there because I probably collected baseball cards before I could even read well.
Yeah, I mean, back then, especially when I was a kid, there was no checklist that you could look up, or it was hard to find, what's total cards in a set, how many Giants are in a set, or the 49ers
Yeah,
in a set. It just couldn't do that back then. So,
there was a book that I got a hold of, and I didn't like it because it didn't have any pictures. It was just checklists,
okay,
and I believe it predated the first Beckett's. It was certainly around that time. They might have come out around the same time, but it was called the Sports Collector's Bible,
okay,
and I'll never forget it because I could still see the image. It was like a white book, and it had Clemente, a 1965 Clemente on the cover, and I got it because I would buy any baseball card book I could find. But it
sure,
was all checklists. It was all the sets checklisted. And so it wasn't that much fun for me to go through, but you could check to see what
okay.
other cards were in that set.
Yeah, I never really, they'd have the checklist cards, and I've never check marked those cards, but when my mom bought them from garage sales, it'd be all, and so that's one way I would look to see, hey, put those together to kind of piecemeal it together to find out who's actually giants in the set.
I think I did check those when I was little. I have them checked, and I'm not sure if I got them from flipping them with my friends or if I actually did it. I don't remember actually doing it, but I certainly have some checked.
Oh yeah, I
New
mean,
Rock.
hey, there he is.
What's
Man,
up?
look at that video quality. Did you get a new video?
No,
You get a new camera, man?
same phone, baby. Same phone.
Yeah, for Rick and I at our age, we don't want to have HD video camera. I want it to be as blurry as possible.
I'm old school.
You remember when they came out with the HD TVs and you would see these like women that were so beautiful, and then you could see every flaw and how much makeup they had,
Yes.
and like wow, that HD, man. I don't know if I want to go on HD. You
That
could see everything.
720, that 720 plasma. That
Yeah.
10,000.
So NY Yanks fan 7 says, "Do you have any non-sports cards?" I'm not a. I'll start. I'm not an avid non-sports card person. I don't really seek them out, but every once in a while, I'll pick up a cool one. Like I got this Pocahontas, and I have from back in the day, years ago. I have like Charlie's Angels cards, Rocky 2 cards. I saw in my collection. I don't even know where I got those. Incredible Hulk, Three's Company, stuff like that.
Garbage pail kids. Garbage pail
No, I
kids.
never collected like the goofy
No.
looking things like that. I was never into. I had a cousin that was into that kind of stuff, and I just never was. I like the cartoony kind of. There was a monster set or something, too. I just wasn't
Yeah.
into that. How about you guys? You have any non-sports?
Luke.
Nope.
Currently, no. Currently, no. All the comic book stuff. My brother collects comics. I collect sports cards. But the garbage pail kids, I wish I knew what I did with it. I think my brother probably took it, but I wish I had those garbage pails because I had all series like as soon as they came out. I thought it was so weird and odd that I used to get the garbage pail packs, and I had a whole bunch of the series ones. So, but I have no idea what I did with it. I think my brother took them, probably traded them. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't into those kinds of things. Now I am into some vintage old stuff like the Panhandle scrap from I think 1910. I have like a pyramid card from the Egyptian pyramids. I have some of the old, women from Ogden's and some stuff like that. I have a couple Marilyn Monroe cards, but I I haven't bought I bought this one more recently, but this is the first non-sports card I bought in a long time. I'm just not like, I don't pay a lot for them. I'm not an avid collector, but some of them are pretty cool. So, guys, what do you think? I just want to welcome everybody. We got Sports Card Show, Eddie's Cardboard, NY Yanks Fan 7, my man Reese, Double D, Rookie of the Year. I want to welcome all you guys. So, what do you guys think about like the state of vintage prices? I've made a few videos kind of going out on a limb and saying that I think we've been peaking. And before the beginning of the year, I had made a statement. I made several statements, both live and on my own videos, where I said, I think the one thing that'll cause a correction in the hobby the most will be a stock market or economic decline. And we've certainly seen the stock market decline. We've seen an economic decline, and we are seeing card price decline. What do you guys like? You know, Rick, I know you're shopping all day long, like me. We're always shopping. So, you know, we get to see what things are going for, what offers are being accepted, what we're getting cards for. So what are your experiences recently with as far as prices go on vintage cards?
Well, for me, I'm pretty much into the rare stuff right now. So all the rare stuff, I mean, people can charge what they want, you know. I don't really see any kind of dip in that, because you might only see a particular car once a year or a few times a year. So I haven't really been looking at the common vintage cards, or let's say I haven't really looked at like a 65 Maze, what it's going for. I'm pretty much focused now in my collection to the pre-war or the food and beverage rare stuff. And so I don't. I guess I don't have an answer.
What are the prices like for those? Those are still up there.
They're still going up. I mean,
yeah.
Like I look at auction houses, eBay, because they're so scarce. People are going to pay up for these types of things, and unfortunately, sometimes I pay up for them too. But I think it's kind of leveled off, though. You know, if when I look at when I'm looking at a McCovey card or heck, I just picked up a McCovey card somewhere here. This is a 67 in a 5, and I picked it up at a card show, and it's a 5. It's really nice 5. What's interesting about it, though, it has rough cut. The only thing wrong with it is a rough cut on both sides.
I love the rough cut. I love it.
So besides that, it's pretty much, to me, a perfect card. Now, I only paid, I bundled it, this one and the rookie Bruce Bochy, which eventually is going to make it into the Hall. You know?
You think so?
Oh, sure. 3-time World Series champ. And also he lost one World Series. I mean, he's probably, I mean, I'm biased here, but no one does a better bullpen World Series. So anyway, Bruce Bochy. So I got both of those one for $50. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he was a solid player. I remember watching him when I was little.
Yeah. Fantastic manager, though, man. He can really pull the strings with the bullpen. He outmaneuvered pretty much everyone because the Giants were not the best team to win those World Series. You know, they were definitely not. They didn't have the best talent, but man, they could really play together, pitch. Like I said, they were just fantastic. But yeah, so those are my two recent pickups at a card show.
The Giants had Mr. Postseason, Madison Bumgarner.
Yes,
he's never lost a postseason game, right?
Is that the most incredible pitching performance that he pitched? Like 2 days rest, came out of the bullpen. I think it was like in the 4th inning of the 7th game, and they couldn't hit him.
Well, man, you know, my Pirates went up against him in a 1-game playoff, and he just shut him down.
Yeah.
We went up against him one year, and then the next year we went up against Jake Arrieta, and he was just on fire that year, and shut him out. And then just to throw salt on the wound, hit a home run too.
Yeah.
Man, you know, I am totally in favor of pitchers batting. I'm not in favor of this DH. I always say my mom could coach a team with a DH. There's nothing to coach. I mean, they have pitch counts, so you don't have to worry about that. You just pull them at a pitch count, and you don't have to ever pinch hit if you don't want to. There's no maneuvering there.
Who are some of the
a little bit more difficult.
Great pitchers that can hit the ball? I can think of Robinson of the Pirates.
Don Robinson. They used to pinch hit him.
Really hit the ball.
Yeah.
Rick Russell, for being totally overweight, could put the ball in play.
Yeah.
There are some good hitting pitchers.
Well, Jim Cott was a pretty good hitting pitcher, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, you know, I used to say if I ever made it to the majors as a pitcher, I'd take some batting practice because some of those guys, they look so awful up there.
Yeah, there's some really
I'm like,
bad.
I'm not going to embarrass myself that bad. I'm at least
There's
going
some
to take
really
some good
bad
swings.
ones. You just take the 3 swings and walk back. You know, they don't care.
Yeah.
Automatic out. Dontrell Willis was a good one.
They don't even care. I'm shutting them out, so I don't care. You know.
Lou, glad your connection's back. You were breaking up there for a little while.
Was I?
You were saying something about glasses, and I didn't hear. Somebody else is in here. There he is, Donnie Live.
Donnie live streams. Oh,
Sky High Donnie Live. Uh-oh. Is that his bedroom? I hope we're not interrupting anything.
No, but I'm getting excited. I'm going to a card show on Friday with Sticks and Seams. So, like, back to your original question about.
I was just going to my phone, trying to get on the chat, saying, "Let me in."
What's up, Don? Sky High Donnie Live.
No, he's typing.
Hey, there's our den mother.
Don, can you hear us?
So now we can make fun of him.
Oh, we could totally talk about him now.
Why can't I hear you guys?
Look at.
We can hear you.
He's the rookie. Look at.
I hope he doesn't say anything stupid, thinking nobody can hear him.
Yeah. As my kids will say, he's a boomer. What was I saying? I was saying something.
He's just gonna look good. He'll be eye candy for all the women that are watching.
Yeah, but John, like you were saying about vintage, vintage overall, unless you're Hank Aaron, Mays, Clemente, those guys are heavy hitters. Those guys are always going to be strong. But as far as the rest of vintage, it's, it took longer than I thought it was going to be, but it's coming down. This is all discretionary income. And unfortunately for a lot of people, it's not plentiful as it used to be. So the cards are coming down. I mean, the cards that Rick showed is a perfect example. A nice Willie McCovey.
Yep.
A nice Bruce. And that's what I'm into right now. I'm looking, especially after what Dave Blue Jacket, that nice little, that professor, that seminar that he put on, that class, 49 Leaf.
Yeah.
I'm heavy on that 48 Bowman now, because to me now, I mean, the Stan the Man, that's his rookie card. The Warren Spahn, that 48 Bowman, I'm just fascinated with that profile pick that Alfred Hitchcock. That's the next card, at least a big card for me that I want to get. So the 48 Spawn and asking Santa Claus for the Man 48 Bowman. Those cards to me are so undervalued. It's bananas.
Yeah, I just picked up that Spawn. I picked up a miscut one. It's so cool looking, but I want the Stan Musial now. Rick snaked it from me, from George at the
National.
At the
airport.
I was gonna buy that one he had. I was never a fan of that growing up or before, but I want it now. Yeah, I mean Stan Musial, one of the greatest players ever, and I have the Berra, I have the Spawn. I need that one for that set, and I have the Ralph Kiner. So
the Ralph Kiner, yeah.
So I need that one.
You
But
got the
I've
red?
noticed that, like I said, I noticed that the non-big cards have really come down. I mean, people are
Oh yeah.
accepting bids. Like I'm putting in bids and saying there's no way they're going to accept this, but maybe they'll come down and come back, and they're just
Hmm.
accepting them outright. And I've been watching some nice stuff at a good price that just stays there. Nobody's snagging it. You know, I got this man. I got this Wheaties
We,
Dizzy Dean for next to nothing. I got a Cash and Lefty Grove for next to nothing. Like I couldn't even believe it. And it's awesome because I'm getting them so low they don't have to go to eBay authentication for anything.
yeah, bro. That Arenas card Clemente you got? I've been
Oh
scouring.
yeah.
I've been scouring the internet, not just eBay. I want one now. That's such a cool card, bro.
All right, so I snagged a couple more. I grabbed a Hank Aaron and a Lou Brock.
I saw. Yeah, I think it was the Lou Brock. I didn't see the Aaron.
Yeah, I had to snag the Aaron, man.
Who's in the
So,
set? Who's in the set?
You know
Who's
what?
in the set?
I don't know, and unfortunately, I don't. His video's off, I believe, but I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but he'll get it together. Yeah, man, I can't find the checklist. You know, I had a subscriber ask me if I knew of these things. They're called arena cards, and he remembers buying them at the stadium or seeing them at the stadium, and he told me about them. So I think this is from 1971. He came back and said he believes it's 71 because he says that this was taken at the All-Star game. Now I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I believe him. He seemed to know a lot about them. So as soon as he told me about it, I had to go hunting one, and that was the only one I could find. So I bought it. You know,
Hey.
if for rare cards, if there's something that I can grab, you know, just to have one, and I mean this one's in nice shape. And sometimes it's not the best example, and then I'll say, you know, I'll upgrade it later if I find a better one. But some cards are so rare, you just got to get them, or you may never see them again.
Yeah, that's. I mean, that's card prices have gone. You know, like you said, these two cards I just showed you. But I'm pretty much right now into the.
You guys are
more rare
hostage.
stuff, so
You guys are hostages because when it comes to the rarity that you guys are looking at, you might not see it for another 2-3 years. You have to get it then. And in 2-3 years, it might be 2-3x.
Yeah, and you know, people are always like, what do you think I should pay for this? Or what do you think it'll go for? Rick and I are always back and forth with that. And what do I always say? If you want it, buy it, because you may not
Yes.
see it again. And price kind of goes out the window. It's a matter of if you want it bad enough, you better snag it.
Yeah, can you
If
pay
it's
the
worth it
lights?
to you.
Yeah. Can you pay the lights the next day? Are you going to have food on the table? If you can do that, then get the card because, again, for the stuff that you guys are getting, you might not see it. Did you see Dave Blue Jacket's latest video?
Yes.
Oh, my God, bro. That Clemente, the Mickey Mantle, phenomenal stuff, man. Rick, if you haven't seen it.
No, I did see it. I did see it. The mantle is so clean for that issue. You know, usually
you talk about rare stuff.
Stains all over the place of those cards.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you know, when you collect those, that can't bother you. You know, that's what I always say. Like the people that collect nines only or whatever, you'll just never have those cards because they didn't come out of the hot dog packages or caramel packages nines. You know, they just didn't. Lestallmeyer, good luck. You just, you know, if you don't want to have those, that's fine. But you know, those are kind of cards that you, me, Dave, we get kind of excited about, and you can't collect them if you only collect high end or high grade. I shouldn't say high end. They are high end cards. They're just not high grade cards.
I picked up some Dandy just the other night of let's see, it was Feller.
I need that Feller.
Yeah.
Did you pick that up for me?
No. What if you? I finally got it. Okay. No.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Rick fan is saying Blue Jacket 66 is live now with Bowman 53. We got some count programming.
Wait, what?
Blue Jacket 66 is live with Bowman 53. We got some count programming going on right now.
Oh. You're breaking up a little bit. Bowman 53's live.
Am I? Yeah. With Blue Jacket.
And the Blue Jackets
With
on
Blue
it.
Jacket, man. How are we supposed to compete with those two? Don.
Oh man, I'm having all kinds of issues. I had to come outside. It's my phone.
Oh, I thought you were in bed.
No, I'm about to have. I don't even know where the hell the camera is on this thing. I have one of these, Lou.
Oh, nice. I smoked one earlier. It's pouring over here. That's probably why I'm breaking up. It's pouring over here.
Yeah,
Is that
I don't
a
know
blunt?
what's going on. I finally you let me in, and then I couldn't hear you guys.
Is that blunt? It's medicinal, homie. It's medicinal.
I thought I was.
Alex and Uber driver Dave.
Uber driver. What's that mean?
Because he's doing it from his car. He's
What?
driving.
And
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
What are they talking about over there?
I don't know. I got
baseball
off
cards.
about all the amazing cards.
Somebody go over and shut them down so we get more viewers.
They're talking about all the cards that Dave has that we don't.
Right. Dave just has an insane collection, man. He just has an insane collection.
And not just super high, like museum quality collection.
Yeah, everything he
we're
has
lucky
is
to
like
have a card, and he has it like in an 8.
Yeah, it's not even that. It's not even that. He has cards that you just don't see every day. Like you may never see.
Did
like
you see
the
that
three
that he showed
the
today
Ty
or yesterday?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see, I have the Walter Johnson from that set, but that card was gorgeous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a tough set. That is not an easy card to find.
So
In fact, I've never seen that Ty Cobb till he showed it. And I never saw the Clemente he showed either, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And then he's
That's
like,
Sugardale.
There's the rare 3D Clemente. I thought he was going to say, oh, I want to have one. He's like, but I have it.
No, he has
he has a nice one.
Like, of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I had a chance. I should have bought that years ago. They weren't that expensive back then.
Dave's in the chat now.
Dave, we're talking about you, giving you all kind of props. All right, we got to quit talking about him. We don't want his head to get as big as his arms.
We don't have too big.
Hey, John, how many of those were made? Of those 3D Clementes, do you know?
I don't know. Dave might know.
Let me ask Dave.
I haven't looked at the pops. There's not a whole lot of them, I can tell you that, but they're certainly out there. I've personally shopped and seen at least 5 of them over the past couple of years. But I mean, I don't look for them regularly anymore because the prices have just gotten insane.
He left those guys.
Okay, Dave, you're welcome to the good side, man. The misfits.
Misfits.
You guys even remember how that got started? Who came up with that name? Is that you?
I did, because I used to have this group of people that worked for me, and they were all like, none of them were really. Yeah, they were kind of a ragtag team, and I whipped them into shape, and we started outperforming everybody else. And I used to call ourselves the Merry Band of Misfits.
Well,
and so when we got together,
you haven't whipped us into shape.
That's impossible, Don. But I'll tell you what, the national with you guys was one of the best experiences of my life, and I can honestly say it was the best experience of my collecting life. It was my first national. We did it right. I almost died walking through Atlantic City on the way to on the way to Fillington's party.
Here we go.
I saw some incredibly scary things on my way, but kept my head down and walked for 36 minutes. But what a great time. I've been, I tell everybody that, man, if you haven't gone, you got to go. And anybody on here, like, you come up to us, we had all kind of people come up and say they watch us and they just hang out, walk the floor with us. Like, you're never going to be lonely. This community is very welcoming.
Yeah, very humbling. They were like, I ran out of money. Do you mind if we just watch you buy cards? We're like, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Hey, Bowman 53 is back in the chat.
All right. We just merged. You guys want to come on? I'll send you the link.
All right.
So what do you got?
Orlando in chat, best experience of the national ever.
So, Don, what's on your want list? Is there anything you're going after at the moment?
Not really.
Stan Musial.
I'm kind of. Well, I'm always looking for him, but the stuff that I need for him now is not cheap. I have all the cheap stuff. I'm trying to finish the 50 Bowman Hall of Fame set. I only need 5 more guys. 7 if you include DeRocher and Stengel. I don't normally collect manager cards, but I think I might get those 2 because they're so iconic.
Yeah, those are cool.
So, yeah.
Well,
So,
if you're working on the set, you got to get them.
What's that?
I said if you're working on the set, you got to get them.
Well, I do Hall of Fame players. Like my 64 top stand-up, for example. Joe Torre is actually in that set. But I don't include him because he didn't get in as a player. And it's just one of my quirks.
I'm the same mindset.
My God, you're picky.
Huh?
I said, my God, you're picky.
I'm the same mindset, bro.
Really? You only want to collect Hall of Famers? I like to collect any player that was good.
I like to. You like just cardboard.
But I don't want to collect the whole set. I don't want the whole set. It's too expensive. I'd rather spend my money on cards I really want than guys.
That's all right, man.
Well, I collect non-Hall of Famers.
It's your collection. Do what you want.
No, seriously, just easy.
What about you, Rick? What are you going after? Are you you're always on those big time auction houses like Dave? There's the newbie. It's a beauty.
For a 1.5, you can't
Bob!
go.
Hey, say what's up. Say what's up, beautiful people. She's playing her scrimmage.
Bob stole the show from you, Rick.
I know. Lou, what's going on here?
Just came back
show it
from
again.
Bob.
Yeah.
Who's more important, Walter or Bob?
Walter, go show your Walter.
I just did.
Nah, she just had to say hi. She was in a little soccer tournament.
Show it again.
What's interesting, is that we always say, buy the card, not the grade. The eye appeal on this is fantastic for a 1.5. It's hard to see here, but if you can save some money, it has a crease. It's right down here, but besides that, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, yours is, man, if I have mine handy, which I don't, yours is almost identical to mine. Almost identical. When you sent me the picture of it before you got it, I thought the same thing. So similar.
Yeah. Hey, Lou, did you think the same thing with yours?
What's that?
That your Walter Johnson is identical.
Oh, yeah. I don't go below. I don't dip in pre-war. 48 is like my wheelhouse. 48 and up, post-war, baby. Even though John did help me with my first real pre-war item with the Yankee pennant this week.
We lived through
John. Hey, talk about that.
What, the BF3 3638 Yankee pennant? I love it.
Yeah, the guy had it listed. Well, he thought it was 1950 American nut and caramel, or nut and candy. That's a beauty.
I knew you.
So that's from the BF3s.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
1936 to 38. The American nut and candy are small. They're smaller.
Well, I knew you knew what you were like. Take a picture next to a baseball card, so just to give it some reference. And you were like, just snatch it, and then you're like, I'll pay you double.
Well, yeah, you got it for $10. I'm like, I'll give you 10 right now as soon as you get it.
It was a steal.
You got that for $10?
Yeah.
Wow.
$10.
Yeah, I spent a lot more than that, but he just had it. It came in with a collection that he acquired, and I was like, "You let that go?" And he's like, "For you, I'll let it go." And then he did a quick little eBay search, and he thought it was in 1950. And so I went to my sources. I'm like, "Yo, John, I know you collect these," and he knew right away what it was. And when I told him that my guy thinks it's a 1950, he's like, "Take the shot next to a baseball card." Because I guess how small the American nut? They're like 2 inches. They're pretty small.
I can grab one, but they're about half the size of these.
Yeah, because
So I had just researched these actually. There's 12 different types of them, and that's certainly one of them. Some have just the player name, some have just a team, some have the team with a silhouette like that one.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
cool.
they're all pretty obscure. I mean, if you go on, you won't find a whole lot of them. And then some have a player with a silhouette. And there's just 12 different types of them.
Yeah, the ones that do have a premium are the ones that actually have a player name. Like I seen a DiMaggio that was.
Yeah, this is DiMaggio.
Yeah, of course you have the DiMaggio.
Yeah, I had to send. I had a beautiful Hank Greenberg. I had to send it to Sean Tieford because he turned me on to this set.
Oh, nice.
But
Hey,
I
One
got,
hand washes the other.
I got all these.
Hey, Rick, did you get that Ruth in?
No, not yet.
The
Not
one from
yet.
Josh. Or
I
not
know.
from Josh.
Takes forever. Takes forever.
Rick, did you get that T206 Wagner in yet?
Hey, I'm gonna go get some of my pennants. I have some of those.
Yeah, so
right.
I saw something interesting. So a 1952 complete set, graded 5 and up, and the mantle was in a 5. Sold for less than 12 million. For 12 million less, 12.1 million less than just the mantle in a 9.5. The whole set in 5s and ups. I found that interesting of where the hobby is now with the prices that they assign to high grades.
How could you not?
So that thing sold.
If you had
the
the
whole
money, how could you not want that whole set versus one card?
I don't know. I mean, it was a 5's a pretty sharp grade for that. So it sold for 400 and some thousand, and the one card sold for 12.5 million. Right.
Right.
So I found that fascinating. I don't know if that would have been the case, 5, 6, 7 years ago or not. But that's that's where we're at. One grade can be $1 million now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Too big. Yeah. It's too much of a gap.
Hey. And you better hope they graded it right, because I mean you could send it back in and get a new one, get a higher grade. Happens all the time.
Said the 9.5 back in that you just spent 12 mil on.
Well, not the 9.5, but I mean like an 8 could become a 9, or maybe a 9 become a 10.
Right.
It depends on who's grading it. Or a Tom Brady that's a fake can get a grade. I'm seeing PSAs, so many, man, people are calling out so many errors and fake cards and fake autographs they're grading. It's starting to get scary to me.
Hey, Don, what you smoking? People want to know what you're smoking.
What's that?
What type of cigar you smoking?
Perdomo.
Perdomo. Agree about Toro Fuentes, baby.
Oh, that's cool, Rick.
John, you know what year this is?
Oh, look at that.
That's not from 36?
It might be. I don't remember.
36 to 38.
I had these for years. Here's a real cool one. Carl Hubble.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love nice. Rick acts like, my collection's not that great. And then he just pulls out stuff, like,
hey,
Rick.
Here's a different.
Is awesome.
Here's a different type of Carl Hubble. This is one of the other types.
There's so many of them.
There's 12 different types. There's a lot of different variations.
There's 12 different types that none are in my collection.
You know what, Don? You're always poor mouthing with a loaf of bread under your arm. You have an amazing collection. You have an amazing collection. You got to appreciate what you do have.
You're right, brother. I'm just busting balls.
We all fall into that. We'll see somebody's collection, go, man, my collection's junk, and you got to remember to appreciate what you do have.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Because everybody has a great collection in their own way, And if it's, I mean, not for us collectors, it's like I've been going through and I've been unsubscribing to all these channels. Because it's like I have
Are you sure about
to
that?
all these channels that are talking investing and this and that.
Yeah,
and every time in my feed, it's like blowing up with card prices and this and that. And I'm just sick of seeing it. I'm sick of hearing about it. Sick of hearing about prices have come down. What to buy next?
John, if you're sick of it, stop sending me the link. You're always sending me the link.
No. That was weeks ago, dude. Because just because I was all angry, but I'm over
Dude,
it.
I only
And
subscribe to guys that collect, and I don't care what it is, if it's modern, if it's like Mike Canadian Cards. I don't give a shit about hockey, but I love watching his channel because he's so passionate and he has great stuff, and I enjoy it. He doesn't talk about prices, but I'm like, I can get into this even though I'm not a hockey guy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I watch lots of channels that have different things than me. Yeah. I'm tired of the speculation and where prices are going and how these young basketball players I never heard of are going to be worth $500,000 next year. Like I just got and then like guys, I find out that they used to be called like investment something or finance something. Now they're card something. Now I all of a sudden you're into cards.
Dude, I have enough stress in my life. I get on YouTube to unwind, check out my friends, see great cards, and just enjoy it.
Yeah, and I've been sharing a lot of new channels. You know, we got some new guys on here. Good guys, good collections, some young people.
Who's the guy I sent to you that you blew him up? I forget his name. He's 19 years
Ballpark
old.
Memories.
Check this guy out. Yeah.
Ballpark Memories.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he had like 36 subscribers. I think he's up to like 160 some now.
Yeah.
And Cracker Jack
That's the
cards.
beauty of this community. You get
absolutely.
You get one guy backing you, and then it's like we all find out about you.
Well, you know, Dave Blue Jacket 66 did it for me. Baseball collector Mike did it for me. That's what you got to do. Because you could be on there for years in kind of obscurity if nobody's calling you out and sending people to your channel. You know, there's so much out there on YouTube. And man, when I see young people or I see somebody that's a true collector, I want to shout them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you keep pushing the hobby forward in a good direction.
So what
Dave, you talking about me
tonight? He just blew us all off.
Wait,
I'm unsubbing him.
We got to spread the love, man. You got to share the good channels.
Hey, what you guys got on the horizon? You got any shows? You guys got any plans?
Not unless you're inviting me to Tampa.
I'm going to see Pujols with Dean. I Collect It All and Scott Reindeer Studios. We're going to watch Pujols hit 700.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh,
come on up, John.
Hey, man,
I'm sure it's gonna be a little video.
I'd love to. Every time I go back to Pittsburgh, I miss living there every single time.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's where I grew up. That was my town. Now I've been away for many years, but every time I go home, nothing's really changed.
No.
Every once in a while there will be a different store in a different place.
I'm ready to leave. Like I've been here so long. I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm tired of winter. Tired of shoveling snow.
Bro.
Tired of high taxes. I'm like,
come to Florida. Everyone comes to Florida.
It's too hot there. I'm going down John's way.
Hey, when is that Philly show? I would love to go to that one. I really would. They have it in September and December, right? Isn't there one in December too?
Speaking of my boy John, do you guys all sub to him? John Keating?
Yes.
Yeah. He has a great channel.
Yeah, I saw your live. You guys pretty much just talked music, so I was down with that.
He needs more subs. He
does.
Wait, who are we talking about?
John Keating.
That 70s show. The 70s show, right?
Head up.
Yeah,
blow him up, Don.
He's kind of an asshole, but his show's good.
Hey, Clay, don't play. I'm with you 100%, man. 100%. That's what, like, I don't know. I always equate, like, if I paid this, man, how many Babe Ruths or Ty Cobbs could I have?
Oh, I know.
If I send in a whole set to PSA for set registry, how many Babe Ruths or Ty Cobbs could I have? That's always my thinking. Those of us that don't have unlimited funds, what are you going to do? Like, I don't know who these guys are that pay, $30, $40, $242,000 on prospects. I suspect they're Wall Streeters and stuff, but
I didn't know. I didn't know the card show was this Friday and Saturday. I was gonna go to the one in the Villages.
The Villages, isn't that retirees?
I was gonna say,
yeah.
They probably have the best card.
They have a card show?
Yeah, they have a card show, and it's a lot of vintage. That's why it's like 40 minutes north of where
Think
I'm
about
at.
it, John. The retirees, they've got to have the best cards.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know that name so well because I used to watch the Golf Channel like 24/7 for a while, and they would always advertise on there.
Yeah, it's like 40 minutes north, and they have a one. I think it's one day card shows just on Friday. But they have a lot of vintage. I've seen Ryan from Breakout hit that show a couple of times, and he always comes out with some fire. But I'm just reading Retro Fan. I guess he's a local. He's talking about a car show off of West Shore this Friday and Saturday.
Reindeer, I didn't even buy you a ticket this weekend. Good luck.
Well, I'm dying to go to Pittsburgh because I gotta see the Clementa Museum, and I gotta hit I was gonna say Three Rivers. Was it PNC?
PNC. Vintage kid. You only collect signed stuff? Or you collect other stuff too?
I think he said I collect anything signed. So
Yeah, Lou, I gotta admit I'm kind of ashamed. The museum's like half an hour from me, and I've never been there.
Bro, why don't you
Okay,
just
I got
you
wait.
do that
Wait.
before?
We have to interrupt this broadcast for a shameless self-promotion from NY Yanks Fan 7. Stay tuned this Friday night for another edition of Friday Night Filth.
Oh, yeah.
Brought to you by our sponsor, Who Grades Comic Books?
PSG.
Now he gets his video games graded, and I'd love to know how he plays them after he does that. I think he did get some. Oh, what did I say? Did I say it wrong? Friday Night Filth. Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said it right.
Hey guys, let Rick talk for a minute. Rick,
I like that.
Anything in a while.
What's that?
Let Rick talk.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I thought his screen froze.
I'm sorry. Wait, I got to correct. Friday Night Vintage. Didn't you used to call it Filth?
I was going to say, let's talk. I just saw a young person you said was about signed stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, Lou's young, but the three of us, I never would take a card to a show or take it to a game and have someone sign it. Mm-hmm. I would have them sign my hat, the program, index cards, but it would never be, it would be like sacrilegious to have someone sign a card.
Yeah, you're right.
I was the same way.
As a kid, to have them do that.
I appreciate it, Rick. Don't let the baby face fool you. I'm 41.
But well, you know, Rick,
growing up,
41.
Rick, when that changed was when Topps started to, and Upper Deck and everybody started to include autograph cards. That's when it changed. Then all of a sudden, everybody wanted the vintage cards autographed. Before that, it was seen as to deface it.
Yeah. I would never even thought to bring cards to a game, or even if I purchased cards at a game to have them sign the card itself. I don't know. Just never really marked up my cards in the first place.
Did you guys, like, when I was a kid, I didn't even know about autographs. Seriously, we didn't go to that many games. And if my dad would take me to a game, like, I just didn't know about getting autographs. I was amazed I was at the ballpark. How about you guys? Did you guys know about autographs when you were little?
I never sought them. And as an adult, I got to hang out with tons of famous athletes, and I would be embarrassed to ask them. So I never asked them to sign it.
Well, like, John, you know, I have a former NFL player as a client that I got him on. Like, it's never dawned on me to ask him for his autograph. Like,
yeah,
you know, because I kind of know him on a personal thing. Like, it almost feels weird. Like,
I know I'm the same way. I've never asked somebody myself for an autograph. Never. Except I take that back. Lou Piniella, about 2 years ago, I got his autograph on a card for that's the first one I ever remember getting.
I'm not saying I don't have autographs, because I do. I just would. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I couldn't do it either. I don't know. I never was an autograph person. Like, I have autograph cards, but for a 59-year-old to go walk up to someone and have your autograph just seems kind of, unless it's going to be to someone that really cares about it, I'm getting it for someone else. obviously.
Unless you went back in time and met Christy Mathewson.
Yeah, there we go. Hey,
yeah, I mean,
his
so
autograph,
you
big
know,
time.
they would have some athletes like at the mall when I was little, and there were a couple like Jim Bibby and Bill Robinson were there, and I got
I
a
thought you said
ball
Don
signed from them,
Beebe.
and Lynn Swan, and that's it. That's all. Those are the only ones I remember.
You guys remember Don Beebe, the
Oh
wide receiver for
yeah,
the Bills?
I remember Griffin for the Steelers on Monday Night Football. I was at the game, and you can look it up, look up the video. But man, he hit him on the sideline, and he went flying nearly into the stands. One of the greatest hits in NFL history.
Beebe was a nice player.
Griffin was a nice player, yeah. Safety. Number 22.
Man, I like hanging out with you guys. I feel young. I'm getting hammered in the chat. I thought 41 was old. They're like, man, 41 is a baby. I'm the old man at my work, at my job.
Hey, when you're into vintage, you're gonna hang out with older guys.
All right. I've been trying to. No one's asking questions. Everyone's just, you know how it is in the chat, just conversing amongst themselves. You know, a little bit with Don Beebe he always looked like he had his helmet 10 sizes too big.
No,
I'll tell you what though,
Beebe.
Don Beebe was a good receiver. He was a good receiver.
Yes.
Beebe was a receiver, I think.
He was a receiver, but
I just said he was a good receiver.
What was his most
you said
famous
before?
play?
He was a cornerback.
No, I said the cornerback for Pittsburgh, Griffin, hit him and knocked him into the stands.
You were confusing him with Kelso or Kessler or whatever his name was.
Oh no.
Kessler.
Remember Bee's most
No,
famous
so
play?
I used to go to all the Monday night games in US Air's box because I was in a travel business, and they used to invite me. They used to invite me to all the Monday night games.
I saw. Going to say Willie Stargell invited you to go.
Okay, don't start. So I would be in the box. So this one time, I took a crazy friend of mine, and he was a nut job, and he would always get in fights and everything. God rest his soul. And so we're there with some other executives, right, that US Air invited. So the one guy, and he was a pretty big guy, but he's sitting there and he's critiquing somebody. He's criticizing somebody. He's like, I don't understand why it's so hard to hold on to the ball, because the guy had dropped the ball. And my friend threw the ball. We had a football, and he threw it up in the air. And the guy caught it. And as soon as he caught it, he drilled him, knocked him off his stool. And, of course, he dropped the football. And he's like, that's why.
Well, you guys failed the question. That 70s card show said the forced fumble against Leon Lett. When BB came rushing, sprinting.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and Leon Lett was celebrating like 15 yards before the end zone.
That's right.
No, didn't he run into the wrong end zone?
No,
he's done that too.
He started celebrating right before he scored, and BB ran him down.
BB caught him up.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm thinking of a different play. Yeah.
You're probably thinking of the block field goal where he jumped on the field goal. And,
not Jim Marshall. I mean, I know about that one. I thought there was a cowboy that did it.
If it was a bonehead play, it was probably Lett. Hey,
maybe I'm just confusing it.
Double D has a question. He said, "Hey, old guys, when did you all start looking at centering as a thing to love?"
Last week.
Last week.
Yeah, for me, it was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, right.
I got on YouTube. Honestly, started watching you guys talking about it. I never ever thought about centering until I got on YouTube.
Yeah, I wasn't a centering junkie growing up or anything, but the last few years really is. And I'd rather have a well centered than sharp corners myself.
Because I think we grew up with those cards. We pulled them out of a pack and they weren't centered.
Right.
So
we never thought about
some of you get miscut, total of miscuts with a part of another card. I mean, I never think centering. I wouldn't even think condition for that matter.
This is the stuff we pulled out of packs, Rick.
Yeah.
Yep. I just bought one.
Yeah, I mean they were off center. You know, it's not like today where every card's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like when you pull, unless you damage the pack or you did something when you opened it, they're perfect.
Yeah, there's no card sleeves or anything like that. I mean, you put them in a binder. I put them on my bed, top of my bed, the floor, organizing them 6 different ways.
I remember taking my cards to school.
Yeah.
In a box and walking down the steps, and I dropped them. My cards were all over the steps. So I'm
you just lean down, pick them up. I had them in big boxes.
That's my worst memory. I took some baseball cards when I was in 6th grade to school, and I showed 2 of my friends. Well, they used to be my friends because the next period, someone went to my backpack and stole my baseball cards. I brought like a nice little book of like 50.
No.
Yeah. So guess what I did? I went to the teacher. I'm like, Miss, I think it was Miss Williams. Miss Williams, someone stole something from me. So she's like, oh, she was very concerned. I told her it was baseball cards. And you know what she told me? She's like, Louis, that's contraband. Are you supposed to bring baseball cards? Are you supposed to bring toys? And she said, I hope this is a lesson learned. I'm like,
Oh
I
my
only
God.
showed 2 people. I was like, I only showed 2 people. Let's go get them. It's got to be
Wait a
one
minute,
of those
what did
2.
she call you? Louis.
Yeah, Louis.
You're Louis forever, brother.
I had one kid steal my cards. I chased him down on his bike. He was down at the end of the road all by himself. I waited for him. I want my baseball cards back. It was like that movie with what's his name, where he has the 52 Andy Pafko, Bruce Willis. Did you ever see that movie? Where somebody takes his baseball card and he confronts him, and he's like, "I want my baseball card back."
No, with Bruce Willis.
Yeah, he has. So the they make that card seem way more expensive than it is, but the idea is that he has a daughter, and this is the only thing he has worth money. It's a 52 Andy Pavco, and so he's selling this for I can't remember the storyline, to help his daughter, and then somebody steals it, and so he travels around trying to get this card back.
Oh, is it Cop Out?
Yep, that's it.
Hey, I remember as a kid, I never did it. But how about the cards and the spokes with the closed?
I did it, but not with any good cards.
And they would just flip right off. I didn't do it, but other people did.
I only did it with doubles.
That seems like that was a 50s kind of thing.
Oh no, we did it. I had a Huffy bike, and it would sound like a little motorcycle.
I didn't know anyone that did.
Yeah, a little motorcycle.
Well, when they came out with the Huffy bikes, I mean, the thing looked like a motorcycle. Really,
Huffy bikes.
Those were awesome. I when I woke up at Christmas morning, and one of those was under the tree, because I didn't get like big toys like that. Like I never had a big wheel. I didn't have most of what my friends had, but
I didn't have
one year I got a Huffy.
I only had a T206 water.
Looking back in time, I would have asked for baseball cards.
Right.
Although I wouldn't have been able to drive my baseball cards all over the place like I did that.
Well, I need to go over to my brother's house because we split up our cards, and I got stuck with all the ones that have D written on the back of them, so he wouldn't steal them.
Right.
So he's got all the clean ones that are worth something. All mine are marked up.
Yeah, I need to put your initials on the back.
John, so you have a matching set. You can say, "Hey, I got 2 cards."
Hey, send them to me, man. I love the stamp backs.
Oh.
This is one of John's favorite cards, I know.
Is that Willie Mays?
Was that Nabisco?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, beauty.
Those are Nabiscos.
You have any Nabiscos, Lou?
I lost on a Clemente twice, and one I fell asleep on, so I have yet to get Nabisco.
You fell asleep?
Yeah, I've been trying. I haven't used that sniping app.
Dude, you gotta use that.
I'm stuck with technology.
$5 a year.
So Lou, when are you going to go down the rabbit hole of pre-war?
It's so intriguing because I do enjoy talking with you guys about it. I love it. But there's so many avenues to collect. Like I love Gold Cups. I love my Hall of Famers. I love Latin Hall of Famers. Most of that stuff, most of the guys I read up on are post-war. It's all 48. Is Mantle, Aaron, Clemente, Mays.
Lou, you need to get the audio book. Don't get the regular book of Glory of Their Times.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
because the audio actually has the interviews of these guys, and it was done in the early '60s. And these guys played with Cobb and Wagner and Johnson. It's awesome.
It's the actual interviews. It's awesome.
Yeah. And it's so funny hearing these guys in the '60s going, "These guys today are so pampered. The money they make, how easy it is." That was almost 50, 60 years ago. They were talking about that.
Yeah, you were talking about that on another live stream, Donnie.
Oh, please.
But,
I've been on 2 since the National. Mangini's on his 15th. I've been on as many as Rick has been on. How scary is that?
Rick is a pro now.
I'm a pro.
But as far as a pre-war,
that's nice.
that's a sick
That's
one.
sweet.
I love his signature. But as far as a pre-war,
nice, Rick.
It's just
as I was saying, I'm not an autograph guy, but you look back at the autographs like Charlie Gehringer, like they're beautiful.
They took pride.
Gehringer has
they're works of art compared to what you see today. You know, these guys.
They took pride in it.
Their penmanship.
Hey, we have a question that keeps.
What is that?
Oh
Rick?
man, that's sweet. I was looking at that card, Rick.
That's a beautiful card.
Is that a bazooka?
Yep.
What year is it? 60.
Yeah, I can't tell just from
it's in the old holder. Look at it, 9.92.
Who cares about the holder?
You collect slabs or
Only
cards?
Mangini cares.
That's the junk slab era.
And what question you looking at, bro?
This one, somebody's asking us why Musial doesn't get enough hobby love or get
that's
hobby
Drew.
love.
Drew's a great dude.
No, that Drew, he said somebody keeps asking, so we must have missed it. I think I saw it earlier.
No, it was way earlier in the chat.
Yeah.
But I thought we kind of
I think it's a great question. Musial is hands down one of the greatest players of all time. I mean, what's he have? 30.
Yeah, he was okay. I'm not a big fan.
But he has almost 3,700 hits, right? And high batting average, home runs.
He has the same amount of hits on the road and away.
Yeah, exact same number. One of the greatest players ever.
I don't know why he doesn't get the love.
Well, I mean, now he doesn't get the love. I mean, he played in St. Louis, right?
A 3-time MVP, right? 3 times.
He didn't play in New York. That's probably one reason. But also, he doesn't have a lot of cards. That's probably the main reason, right? He doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, when I was growing up, he did get a lot of love, a lot of baseball love. I mean, my dad raved about him.
Well, that's because he's from our area, John.
Well, he did grow up right down the road, but even still, I mean, my dad raved about Willie Mays too. He didn't grow up in my area.
Well, that's
so yes, that may be part of it. But
you're right.
I mean, he's one of the greatest players.
Most of Musial's cards are eyeball cards, and I'm not saying it because of you, but they really are.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of cards. What, you didn't sign it? You didn't have a contract, right, with the companies, right? So he didn't.
No, he didn't have a tops until 58. Yeah. That's an all-star. And he only has, I think, 3 Bowmans, because his rookie, 52 and 53. And then it's all
consider that he had those 3,700 hits and had missed years for the war.
Yes.
Yeah. He only missed 1 year, though. He wasn't like Williams.
Yeah, but he still missed some time. I think Willie Mays missed a year too, right?
Yeah. I mean, he I think he had 475 home runs. If he hadn't missed that year, he probably would be in the 500 club.
No, I mean, he was fantastic. I mean, when I was growing up, I mean, yeah. But I think just nationally, because he played in St. Louis, I think everything was New York. Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. He was only. You say he served 1 year in the military?
I think so.
Because he didn't have a card in 54. He didn't have a card in 55. He didn't have a card in 56 or 57.
He has 54s. They're just not tops and Bowman.
What's he? Oh, he does have a red heart. Yeah, you're right. But 55, he has the Rawlings. That's it.
Yeah.
So 55, 56, 57.
Nothing.
I thought it was because he was in the military at that time.
No.
And he was even a late ad in the 58 set. Right. They added him late, so he only has an all-star card. And what's amazing about that 58 set?
So, Sonora, Pennsylvania, where he's from, John knows, is about 35 minutes from where I live. And I've driven down there to see, some of his, signs of things. And there's a Musial field. And it's like the infield's all grass. It's abandoned. And there's a sign saying Musial Field. And the post, the paint is all peeling. And this is how much of a fanatic I am. I've thought about going down there and peeling the paint, scraping it, and painting it. Or do I go to the magistrate and ask if I can do it? I know it's kind of screwed up that I'm thinking that, but I'm like, what a shame
Ask for forgiveness. Just do it.
Yes.
You know, because if you ask for it, they're gonna be like, no.
Easier to ask for forgiveness and permission, right?
But officer, I was just
Mr. Policeman.
Now, who else came from Denora?
Ken
Stan help.
Griffey Jr.
Yep, the Griffies.
Yeah. And the grandfather, Ken Griffey Sr.'s dad, played with Griffey. Or I mean Musial.
Yep.
I looked it up. Musial only missed 45 with his 1 year of service to the Navy.
And Junior and Musial were born on the same day. It's weird.
Hey, is that right?
From right
I
down
didn't
the
even
road.
know that.
Yeah.
I have his rookie card.
Bond
Bred
Montana or
rookie card.
Musial?
You have his 47 Leaf rookie card.
Yeah, if you watch Blue Jackets video, there's only one rookie card.
49. Yeah, I mean that opened up my eyes because I was
49
like,
Leafs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went back. If you go back and read the backs of them, it clearly talks about their 1948 season.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dropped some knowledge. That was good.
Those cards are so beautiful, but they're so hard to find and like centered or the registration on them.
Well, he explained it pretty good.
Hey, Dave, I got to know.
They skipped numbers.
I got to know why Dave was
Oh.
Stan in a robe. Was he drinking a scotch? He has some Marvin Gaye playing.
Yeah, Dave, you got to get on here and explain this. As much as I love Dave, I hate Dave.
Dave's father was a hobby,
like
one of the hobby pioneers, man.
He is the pioneer. Come on, Dave, get on here. You did your Uber driving video earlier. You can get on here and explain this story.
Explain it.
I was with Satchel Paige. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to go to Kansas City. I've never been to the Negro League Museum, and I think Dave lives in Kansas City. If not far away. I would love to hit the
I don't
museum
think he
with
lives
him.
there anymore. I think he's from
Yeah,
there.
he might not. But
hey, beautiful people.
If you post that, you got to get on here and tell that story.
Yeah, for real. I got to hear that story. I heard the Stan Musial. The Satchel Paige. I don't think I heard this Stan Musial. That sounds like a good video, Dave.
In his robe. What was Dave?
All right,
was
guys.
Dave in a robe? Maybe.
I think we're gonna call it a night. Anybody have any last words? Rick, I got to know this. What's your rarest card?
What's rare?
Probably,
go ahead.
We'll have to do. I'll tell you what. In a future one, we'll have to do the rarest cards in our collections. All right.
There you go. Misfits Unite. I always put that hashtag.
Oh, James. Thanks for joining, James.
We'll have to do one of those videos.
Wait. There's a question. A question I asked earlier. Any of you do a birth year set or working on or thought about doing one? If so, what would it be? Any of you?
A birth year? I mean, 1981.
Mine would be 67.
That's not appealing. What was yours? 57? What'd you say?
57. Come on, brother.
I was like 57.
67.
Oh, that's a nice set. I like 67.
Yeah, I never really thought about it. But I have a near set, but I never really thought about it.
Have you ever looked up any guys, major leaguers that were born on your birthday?
I think I got a couple good
Double
ones.
D, really? 1980?
1980.
All right, I got to go on that note.
Kirby Puckett was born on my birthday.
1980? He could be my son.
He might be.
I'm kidding.
Oh, I got Tuck in Bob and kiss these babies goodnight.
All right, Lou, thanks for joining. Everybody, thanks for watching.
Hey, Lou.
All right, beautiful people. See ya.
See you, Lou. Rick, any last words?
No, let's do now that I'm a live veteran here, let's do a video on rare stuff sometime.
Willie McGee, he was fun to watch.
Willie McGee's a great guy. I've told this story, but he's in the same section as I am for 49er games. And when they score a touchdown, man, who wants what? Popcorn, peanuts, beer. He just
Is he from
whips out
Oakland, like
money
San
and buys
Francisco,
everyone
Rick?
in the section stuff.
Is he a native?
Yeah.
There's so many great ball players that came out of Oakland.
Yeah,
that area.
Okay, next to the and you got to say this. I think that Cardinals outfield was the fastest in history until the Pirates that one year. Because you had Andy Van Slyke at center, Vince Coleman in left, and McGee in right?
Yeah, and I think even infield. I mean, they
that's
would
a
run
fast outfield.
Yeah, everyone
Who
would
was
run.
the Pirates
Run.
outfield that was fast?
Well, they
Marino
had
and who
McCutcheon
else?
in center. They had Marte in left, and they had that that right fielder for a while. He didn't last long, but he was supposed to be a better fielder than both of those guys. But they flew. They were all fast guys.
Yeah, I don't know who you mean. But...
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining Rick. Maybe Don can host us, and we'll have a vintage. We'll just go back and forth with of scarce cards. We'll say issues people might not have seen before.
Yeah, I think I have one rare card, so I'll just watch you guys.
So we can just,
yeah, right.
I know Dave,
my Stallmeyer Campanella is the only one.
There you go.
In that category.
Yeah, that would fit in that category. We have, Dave Blue Jacket, and we, the discussion about kind of what's rare, and
the three of you would be great.
It would be great
chat.
if he'd join. I didn't think he went live much, but I mean, he was live tonight.
I know.
I don't know if he carries his cards in his car though, to be able to show them.
I think he does.
He has them in safety deposit boxes, bank vault. He's like, did you ever, the beginning of Get Smart? That's how Dave gets his cards. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
You never saw the TV show Get Smart?
No.
Oh.
He goes through all the vaults. No?
Yeah, he's too young, man.
Oh my! How's he too young? He's older than me. Get Smart. Well, I mean, that show predated me, but all the reruns we would watch.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. Thanks everybody
for
watching. And
hey, brothers,
we'll
great
see you
hanging
next
out with
time.
you guys.